Good morning, Amador County and the world via the World Wide Web. The wonders of turning your phone on and reaching out to people that are all over the place. You know what? It always boggles my mind what technology is just available to us in our hands. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Claudia and Brittany. Good morning to you. Kim, welcome this morning. Mom, welcome. Good morning. Steve Hauser. Grateful for everyone being here. From Arizona, Daryl and Suzanne, welcome this morning. Karen, good morning to you. I don't know if you have your kiddos with you on the couch watching. If so, Gideon, good morning. Steve Hauser, good morning. Lori, Mike and Joe, good morning. Rosemary, you guys are all so faithful. I love it. Alyssa, good morning. Wendy, good morning to you. Karen, Faust, Carmen. Wow, it's a good Monday. Everybody's just chiming right in. Good morning. It's a little cooler this morning. Mark Fine, good morning. Sally, good morning. A little cool this morning. Hesitated on going outside to film, but I prefer it so much. So here I am. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning. Lori, good to see you this morning. Oh, Barbara, hey, good morning. Welcome, Tiffany. Wow, this is great. Love this. So encouraging to see all your names every day chime in on this live stream devotion. So today I'm going to do something just a little bit different in my approach. Again, our goal for this live stream and what I told myself from the beginning is, I just want to invite all of you into kind of my personal process of my devotion. So I get up, it's part of my morning routine to read the Psalms, to pray, have my 2 cups of coffee and, our normal morning routines. But I really wanted it to also be an encouragement to other people. So, I don't want to get up every day and prepare something to teach. I'm just going to talk about whatever God is putting in my heart that morning. It's going to be pretty raw. It's going to be unprocessed completely. And I just kind of made that the expectation so I could really still benefit from my morning devotions for what God is sharing with me. So this morning, if you're following the normal Psalm schedule, we're going off of that today. Because I'm going to go back to a Psalm that I covered on Saturday, Psalm 2. And that was actually on Friday, whatever day that was. And for a reason, because today, good morning, Sierra. Good to see you this morning. Janisa, just kind of keep acknowledging everybody that chimes in. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about a little bit, because it's just so practical to me to talk about these things. I think it's common, maybe not for everybody, but for a lot of people, and that is stress and anxiety. This is something that everybody deals with, that you have any responsibility that feels weighty, right? And when those responsibilities start to stack up, it's our normal response to our body's physiological response to kind of start dumping, all the stress hormones in our system to kind of key us up for that fight and flight, so that we're on alert. We're gonna tackle our day and so on. But when those stress levels or anxiety kind of sits in our system over a period of time, it has lots of negative effects, right? So during this time of COVID-19, there's been so many opportunities for stress and anxiety. If it's not from a fear of the actual virus, it's a fear of of a loss of income, the anxiety and stress that comes from our schedules being disrupted. We're trying to work from home while having kids at home, many of us, having really important plans to us canceled and so on. And for me personally, and just speaking from a personal perspective, my job description completely changed, and I have a ton on my plate that has brought, I've worked a lot more hours and not taken days off at times, and which is fine. I'm not complaining or anything like that. I've learned to manage that. It's the new normal for this season and so on. No big deal. But I have to also with it practice really good stress management during this time. And so I just thought I would pass on to you because it's Monday morning, and Mondays usually for me are my best day of the week. The whole week's ahead. I have all these days ahead to do everything I need to do because game day is Sunday in so many respects of what I do during the week. And so Monday is usually a really positive day for me. I get into my office, I lay out my whole game plan for the week, blah, blah, blah. But these days, there's so many variables, so many things that I can't control that it produces a lot more stress. And today I woke up with a pretty high level of anxiety about my week. It's like you get everything done at the end of the week and you're like, oh, I'm done. It's the weekend. I have a day off, and which is great. I really enjoyed this weekend, but here's today. I was like, man, it's like we hit the reset button and I have it all to do all over again, and I only have this much time to do it in preparation for the following week. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit practically about how I deal with stress and anxiety, which are just real. There's 4 things I want you to know, 4 principles, 4 points that I utilize regularly in times like this. The first one is I have to recenter who I am. I have to stop and understand who I am as a believer, as a pastor, as someone God has called to do what I'm doing, and so on. And so for me, the verse I'm going to pick out just for today is from Psalm 2. And it's this phrase that says in verse 7, it says, I will tell of the decree. The Lord said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. And I don't want to go into a ton about the psalm itself. It's a coronation psalm for kings of Israel, obviously. And whenever there is a change in regime, so the coronation ceremony includes this psalm, and it's God saying, you are my son, I am your father, I have anointed you, in you I'm well pleased. It's the same thing, if you remember, that was said at Jesus' baptism. People would heard the voice of God saying, you are my son, today I've begotten you, in you I am well pleased. That would likely recall to them a coronation of a king. So I'm not saying that I had this coronation, complex as a king. What I am saying is that what I draw from this for me personally is the reality that God has called me. He has called me son. He's given me certain privileges as his son. And when I say son, I don't mean just a male person in a household. I'm saying it's the rank and privilege that God has assigned every single believer. He calls all of us sons. When we place our faith in Jesus, we now have the rank and privilege of the firstborn son. God is taking great delight in us. He loves to be our father. He loves to draw near to those who are placing their faith in him and display his love and delight in all those things. So when I feel stress and anxiety, for me, it's performance-based. The stress focuses in on my very high expectations that I need to perform at a very high level in everything I do. If not, I'm going to start disappointing people. I'm going to disappoint God, who has called me to this high task. I'm going to disappoint other people who have expectations of, excellence or whatever it is, and I'm going to disappoint myself. And I have I've confessed before, I struggle with perfectionism. I have to let stuff go. So this all kind of mounts, this performance-based stress. I have all this stuff to do. There's no way I'm going to be able to get it all done to the degree that I want, and so on. So the first thing I have to do is recenter who I am. I am a beloved son. God loves me. That love is steadfast. It doesn't change according to my performance. He takes great delight in me, and I have to remind myself of that. I want you to hear that today. Whatever you're facing today, this week, any kind of cumulative things that are coming in from, this past few weeks or days, first of all, recenter on who God sees when he looks at you. He sees a child of his whom he has anointed for the role that he has placed you in. He takes great delight in you. He is not disappointed. He loves you fiercely. And just rest in that. Rest in that. Allow yourself for that to sink in. Allow yourself to believe the reality, the truth of that, right? So first of all, we're feeling stress and anxiety. Recenter on who we are. We are God's beloved children in whom he takes great delight. And for some of us, we have to meditate on that a long time. I know I do. The second thing is I lower expectations. You have to consider all the things you're going to do this week, and you have these great expectations of how you want to accomplish them and to what degree of excellence and whatever. But when you realize that you only have so much time and you have more things to do than you could possibly accomplish to that degree, you have to kind of let go of some of your expectations. And I think especially of parents and moms who have kids at home, I love it when moms say, it's a victory today because I kept my kids alive. I love that. That really represents reality, doesn't it? When you just feel like today, the best I can do is keep my kids from dying, okay? You're alive, so be thankful. I mean, if you could identify with that, I'm sure if you have kids at home or are a mom, you know that. So in life, we have to do that. We have to kind of alter our expectations. We want to be the best at whatever we do. And if you have high expectations of your own performance like I do, you have to alter things to realize that, okay, yes, any one of these tasks you have to do, you could put so much time and creative energy in creating this amazing end result, but you can't because you have 10 of those things that you have to do, and so you have to realize it's as much as the goal is just to get these 10 things done, and that's more the goal than doing them with any high degree of excellence that you would prefer to have that thing done. So sometimes just letting go of expectations is really key in managing stress and anxiety. Number 3 is to learn, and I have to learn this all the time, learn to let go of things that are outside of your control. So each week, this is kind of the behind the scenes stuff. When I'm producing all these videos and everything, I have these ideas of, I have this vision in my mind what the end product is going to look like. And it rarely, I mentioned this before, it rarely is what I see in my mind. And largely, well, due to, I'm learning this whole process at the same time. But secondly, there's all kinds of things that happen during the week that I have absolutely no control over. For example, this week, I had ordered this little mixer that allows me to, when Martha and I lead worship, to actually use microphones, and I can record it right onto my laptop, and later I can mix it so it has more like a studio quality. Remember my high level of excellence, and I was so excited when this came, and of course I had to use a new program that I'm unfamiliar with. So I spent extra time setting up microphones and getting everything. I learned this program, in its most elementary way because I didn't have much time. And Martha and I recorded this Sunday's worship set, and I went and listened to it on the computer later the next day, and okay, great, everything worked. I spent some time kind of mixing things, adding some reverb, things to make it sound just great. I was so excited for it this Sunday. So when I went to save it and transfer it over to a file that I could use on the video and sync it with the video, I don't know what I did. It's a new program to me. I ended up deleting the whole thing. So this is like 6 hours of work that I just deleted. Permanently deleted. I can't undo it. And you know what? I went back and I thought, is there an undo program? Is there a previous version that I saved that I can rescue this somehow? And when the reality sunk in that I could not bring that back, I just laughed. I had to laugh. Actually, it was on a Thursday that I was doing this, and Karen was in the office, so I walked out and said, you know what I just did? I just had to laugh, because God is teaching me, and that's just one example of stuff that happens all the time. And you experience it too, right? So the best laid plans of mice and men, you have these great hopes, but then they're all dashed due to circumstances that you have no control over. They just happen. So recentering ourselves that we are beloved children of God, first of all. Second of all, alter our expectations so that we're not placing an undue expectation on ourselves. And number 3, letting go of things when things just go wrong. You don't have any control. We have so little control over things, and we don't like our day messed with. It's just the reality that we have to start learning to let go of the things that we cannot control. And again, it all comes back to our relationship with God, and just God is right there with us. He's laughing with us. He's crying with us. He knows what we're feeling. And just kind of help us manage anxiety, help and stress is to learn to let go. So I've learned that there's so many, and I could give you so many more examples. If I asked you, you could give me so many examples of things that you just are learning to let go of because really you have no control over them. And the last thing, and this is just another real practical thing, is to practice good self-care. So just a couple things like diet and exercise. For me, both of those things are good. If you're eating right and exercising, those are all helpful for us to manage stress and anxiety. So what I want to do when I experience stress, number 1 is I don't want to exercise. I want to get straight into the office. I want to start my day early because I have so many things to do. It would just help me to feel better if I could just start doing them. And so that's not what I need to do. I need to make sure that I'm helping myself with these other healthy activities like exercise, which helps manage stress, and good diet. And what I mean by that, not that I'm a super healthy eater, but when I stress, I comfort eat. Can anybody say amen? I eat the stuff that just does not help me. It feels really good in the moment. It feels great eating sugary, carby stuff. But it does not help me in the long run to manage my time and my day and my stress and whatever. So I got to remember, okay, it does feel good in the moment to kind of escape and invest in some comfort eating and just blowing off exercise, but those things are very helpful to me. And so I discipline myself to do that, knowing that there'll be a better long-term effect than the short-term gain I get by not exercising or eating poorly. So those are the 4 things that I do to help manage stress. Today has been a stressful morning. I know it's going to be a full week, and I needed to recenter myself today. So the psalm I focused on was Psalm 2, and just reminding myself, who are you? You are a beloved child of God. All of these things, by the end of the week, they'll all get done. And at least all the most important things. And maybe not to the degree I wanted. And certainly I can't predict all the stuff that's going to go wrong this week. But I know God loves me. I know that I'm going to do my best. And I need to breathe in and breathe out and just be okay with it all. And so I'm grateful for that. I hope today, even this very practical, Carmen is saying a good technique is binge watching Netflix. Yeah, that's another thing that I have to be careful of, because it produces more stress because I've pushed off everything I should be doing. Yeah, escapism is another thing I struggle with to manage stress. That doesn't help. Yeah, but I get it. I'm there. It's okay once in a while to binge. So I hope you guys have been encouraged today, and I know it's an encouragement to me to be a part of this morning routine all together. So praying for you, and I covet your prayers each and every week, and we're all in this together. And so be encouraged today. God bless.